If you have weak glutes and you're looking to strengthen, tone, or grow them, then I have 3 awesome exercises for you. Hello and welcome to my video today. I'm Bethany if you didn't know. And today, before we get into those 3 awesome exercises that are working specifically your gluteus maximus, I want to share with you some of the signs of having weak glutes. So those symptoms include, but not limited to, or not specifically always your glutes, are soreness and tightness in specifically your glutes, as well as tight hip flexors and hamstrings, having pain in your hips or your knees, having an anterior pelvic tilt and bad posture, as well as having an abnormal gait, so the way you walk is a little bit off, as well as plantar fasciitis is also a possible symptom that's a little bit later, and lower back pain as well. So those are the ones that I can think of right now. And those are the main ones. And so I will be also doing a video later on for specifically anterior pelvic tilt. So if you're interested in that, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell button to be notified when that video is up. All right, because I would love you to have that information to be able to correct your anterior pelvic tilt and to decrease that lower back pain. All right, so without further ado, let's get into those 3 exercises for your gluteus maximus and how to perform them correctly.
Moving into the 3 exercises to work your gluteus maximus, just take note that if you don't feel your glutes at the end of doing these exercises, then there could be an underlying issue. For example, feet pronation. And there could be others as well that could limit your ability. And I'll be doing a video on that later as well on this channel. But just take note of that and let's get started. Exercise number 1 is the glute bridge. For this, you want to make sure that your knees and shins are vertical. As you lay down, we're going to posteriorly rotate our hips, as well as pushing our lower back to the ground. As we're bringing our hips off of the ground, make sure you do this by pushing through your heels. Okay, that's very, very important. If you're not pushing through your heels and you're just lifting your hips, then it's going to become more of a back exercise. So really push through those heels and squeeze your glutes the whole time, keeping that neutral spine. For the next exercise, you'll want to grab a chair. The next exercise is the Bulgarian split squat. For this, you'll place 1 foot on the chair and 1 foot in front. As you see here, I'm actually a little close. It looks pretty good. I'm keeping a neutral spine, but I'm not feeling any glute. So for that, you'll need to move your foot forward more into a wider stance. Before lowering down, make sure that your knee is following the path of your toe. If it's not, you'll end up feeling more pain in your knee. So make sure that your knee is aligned with the path that your toe is going and slowly lower down. As you push up, push through your heels and squeeze your glutes. To feel this even more in your glutes, you want to lean your upper torso over your front leg, keeping a neutral spine. And then when you're squeezing your glutes, you want to squeeze specifically the glute of the leg that's in front. And then make sure you switch to the other side as well. Now when you're performing your Bulgarian split squats or lunges, you want it to feel like you're doing a Romanian deadlift a little bit when you're using your glutes. All right, so when you're doing a lunge, try to keep those same cues that we use for the bulgarian split squat. Lean over the top of your quads. Really squeeze your glutes as you come up and push through your heels. Now for the last exercise, you'll want to grab a chair again. And we'll be doing hip thrusts. To start off, you want to make sure that before you even get into the position, that your feet are shoulder width or a little wider than shoulder width apart, and that your feet are either straight or pointed out a little bit. Position your shoulder blades right onto the chair, and then keep your chin tucked in. Now before lowering down, you want to make sure that your knees and your shins are vertical here. It's very important, otherwise it'll turn into a quad exercise instead of a glute exercise. Then pushing up, you want to push through your heels and squeeze those glutes at the top. Now say your feet are out a little wider. That's going to be more of a hamstring exercise. So you can still do it, but it's going to work your hamstrings and less of your glute. Now if you step your feet in too much, that's going to be more of a quad exercise and could increase pain in your knees. And there you have it. 3 great exercises to work your gluteus maximus to help strengthen your glutes and to improve your posture. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.